what will happen is when we're done, I'm going to copy the link and I'm going to put it into our Google Classroom. At the bottom, I'll create a new topic that says review sources, and you can go back to this YouTube live at any time, okay? Tonight's focus and tomorrow's focus after school is going to be periods 1 through 3. And then next week, what I would like to do is 2 sessions. Hello, Alexis.
Hi.
Next week, what I want to do is 2 sessions, 1 YouTube live, and I'm thinking about a half an hour. And then 1 will be after school, and that will be on periods 4 through 6. And then the following week, the last week before the exam, because the exam is on Friday, we will do periods 7 through 9, which we're the freshest at, because that, hi, Signy.
Hi.
Because that's the last 3 periods that we did. So I want to do 3 periods per week. I'm going to do a half-hour session and then a session after school, kind of like a quiz bowl, just quick multiple choice, rapid fire, content. What do you know? What do you not know? And that'll be in my classroom. And then for those of you just joining, hopefully you got the email from Mr. Samler. Your test is May 10th in Eisenhower Community Center. If your last name begins with A through LE, you're in rooms 207 through 209. If your last name begin with LI through Z, you're in room 233 at Eisenhower, okay? And I will be there in the morning to get you fired up and give you goodwill before we start, okay? All right. Quick review. I'm not going to spend a ton of time on period 1 because period 1 does not have a lot of time. I hope you're all doing well. I do have to say I miss you all. I'm sure you don't miss APUS history, but I miss you. So there's that said. You're going to have 55 multiple choice questions, which you'll have 55 minutes for. That's going to be 40% of the exam. And that's why these review sessions are really going to be focused on multiple choice and content. Okay?
Yeah.
You're going to have 3 short answer questions. We'll do a quick little review today of short answer. You're going to have 1 document-based question and 1 long essay question. Me helping you with this content will help you with those other pieces. I'll review the last week and every week. Remember this, and this. Okay? Do you guys have AMSCO? Can you, will you open up a tab and go to AMSCO if you don't have a hard copy? And let us go to, let's start out right away. Let's go to page, wait for it. Go to page 15. This one, where it asks for multiple choice questions. Period 1. Chapter 1. Ooh, this is going to be tough. I have to say, if you have not, again, I'm gonna try to get you to pay $3 for this. But if you have not downloaded this Romulus app right here, it is well, whoops, not that one. It is well worth the $3. And my weakest category is period 1. Ooh, I think I got 62%. Not good. Okay. So take a moment. If you're with someone, on page 15, it's questions 1 and 2. What do you think the answer is? Go.
Does anyone know the PDF page?
Is it?
The PDF page is 53.
Awesome. PDF 53.
Which of these common reactions?
30 seconds. Talk amongst yourselves. What do you think it is? What's number one?
Okay, for number one, I think it's A, but I'm not too
What do you
sure.
guys think?
I don't really remember too much.
Which of these was a common reaction by Indians to Europeans and represented a rejection of Chief Johnson's suggestions? What do you think? How many of you agree with Ben and think it's A?
Awesome.
Mine's not loading.
Nice, Josie.
Your PDF isn't loading?
Yeah, like AMSCO like won't come up.
All right. So then keep trying, and then tomorrow maybe come and check out the book. But keep loading. It should.
Josie, get better Wi-Fi.
Okay. We don't
All right.
need this
Those
right
of
now.
you that went mute, maybe unmute for a second and talk to each other. What's the answer?
I'm confused.
I think it's either A or D.
I think it's D.
Yeah.
I thought it
I
was.
didn't read the prompt. I just looked at the question, and now I read the prompt, so I think it's D.
Yeah, I thought it was D too.
Okay. Here's the deal. It's B.
Oh.
Okay. Miss
So
Anderson.
here's what needs to happen. It's B because religion saw an increase in fervor as the new Protestants in England and Northern European countries and United Catholic Kingdoms in Spain wanted to spread their own versions of Christianity to people in the New World. Trade required new secure routes to obtain the riches from Africa, Asia, and India. When the Ottoman Turks closed European access to the East, technology saw advances during the Renaissance as Europeans made improvements on the ideas of others, including the Chinese and the Arabs. So what I would do right now is I would look at that, and if you didn't get it right, go back in and review chapter 1 in AMSCO, okay? So that's on your to-do list this week. You tracking with me?
Yeah.
That's easy. Because if you go into the text, because this you're going to find the answer on pages 5 through 7. Write that down. Take notes. Pages 5 through 7 is going to help you get that answer. Okay? Are you with me?
Yeah, I'd help my dad with something real quick.
Okay.
But yeah, I
Okay. Fez, Jackson, Shannon, you with me on that? Signe?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So I would write pages 5 through 7. So if you got that wrong, you know what you need to go back in and reread so that you understand what is that question talking about. What we're really talking about here is the focus of religion and the focus of trade to the new world. Okay? All right.
Yep.
Number 2. What do we think number 2 is?
I think it's A. A.
I agree with A. Yeah.
Okay, number 2. Oh, actually, I gave you the wrong pages on that. The pages for that, excuse me, on number 1 and on number 2 are pages 11 through 12. Quickly go to pages 11 through 12 and see if you agree with that response. Oh, what would it be for you guys? What's the PDF version?
PDF pages 49 and 50.
Okay. Because it's not A. Did you say A?
Yeah.
It's D.
Yeah.
It's D. You are correct. It is D. Okay. So if you did not get D, what I would do right now, and I gave you wrong information, my bad. It is not pages 5 through 7. It is pages 11 through 12, or
Yep.
whatever Ben said is the PDF. Okay.
Wait, and for tomorrow after school, what room where are we meeting?
We're meeting in my room.
Oh, okay.
Okay. We're meeting in my room. All right.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, number 3. Okay, now go to 3, 4, and 5. Quickly read and see what you think 3, 4, and 5 are. You with me?
Yep.
So far, number 1 is B. Number 2 is D. I'm going to have a sip of my cranberry juice while you read this. Okay. Right now, do you have an answer for 3, 4, and 5?
I think it's 3 and 4, but not 5.
Okay, take a moment, do 5. Here's what's so great about this, you guys, is we're going to know, hey, this is what we need to reread. We're going to find out over the next couple of weeks, this is where we're solid in content and this is where we're weak. And I would not be surprised if period 1 is where we're the weakest because we have not covered this in September.
Right.
So it's okay if you're like, yowza, I don't remember this. The great news is, this week when I'm saying you need to study an hour every night, this is a part of the process that you'll be studying and reviewing. And then you're going to nail it come May 10th.
And we got to get that 5 so we can have a pool party.
I'm telling you, do you need me to show you the pool here in the background? Because I will if that's what's going to get the
All right, I'm pretty
Okay,
much
let's
ready.
go. What do we think? Talk amongst yourselves. Talk amongst yourselves for a moment. What do you think 3 is? What do you think 4 is? What do you think 5 is? And why do you think that? Those of you that have muted your mics, open up your mics. I'm going to stop talking. For the next minute, you guys talk amongst yourselves and see if you can come to a consensus. Go.
All right, well, 3 is obviously A or C in my opinion, but I can't decide which one.
Really? I thought. Oh, for 3? Yeah, I thought it was A for 3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then 4, I think it's A, but it's kind of hard to tell.
Yeah, because wasn't.
I didn't know there were monarchs in Spain.
I thought 4 may have been the Roman Catholic Church.
Yeah,
just
I
'cause
was thinking 4 was B.
But I think it's the monarchs actually. So
Yeah, I thought he was one of the
Yeah,
guys that was like trying to convince them to make people treat them better.
Yeah, and then for 5, I think it was C because it talked about a lot of them dying off in rivers and stuff like that.
I agree.
I got B for that.
The Catholic Church was trying to help the Native Americans. I mean, I don't see that as much because it says in. Oh yeah, they would go then falling into the stream, dying. They're in desperation. Like I feel like they wouldn't like. I see a lot of signs that point to like not just starvation but also sickness.
Yeah, I think it's C.
All right. Are you done discussing?
I mean, yeah, I guess.
Okay, so what do we think 3 is?
A.
A is correct. What do we think 4 is?
A.
A is correct. What do we think 5 is?
C.
C is correct.
Let's go.
Well done, you. Okay, let's go to the next one. Take a moment. Quickly read because you have to read and answer the question. I am giving you 1 minute.
Okay.
Wait, what are we on?
Yes.
What are we on?
We are on 6 and 7, which is on my page 17 in the book. What is it on the PDF?
55.
Okay. 1 minute, go. You have 30 seconds. I'm going to go grab a highlighter while you're doing this, okay?
Alexis. Alexis.
Hi.
What's up?
Nothing. I don't know what I'm doing.
I want to leave.
My thing like wasn't working on my laptop. I like couldn't get on.
I'm gonna leave.
What do you mean?
Like, I'm so bored. Oh, shit.
Stop.
You're bored of it? Oh my gosh. I just want to let you know you're being recorded. Are you nailing these? Are you getting them right at least? Are you bored and at least getting them right?
No.
Josie's definitely
What do
not.
I need to do? Do I need to sing to you while you're like studying this?
I don't know.
Girl, we got to get you to get a 5 on this.
Who?
You, Josie.
Oh. That's
So I
not
need
gonna
you
happen.
to get a little bit of excitement going. What do you do to rev yourself up before you play soccer?
Me?
Yes. Is it hard rock? Is it grunge? What is it? What are we listening to?
Drake, Kanye.
Okay, Drake. All right. Ready to play Gold Digger to get you excited about this or what? All right. What do we think 6 is?
A.
Khalid.
Khalid joined. Yay, Khalid. Welcome.
Click.
Khalid, we're on period 1 right now. We're on chapter 1.
Oh,
What's the PDF page in AMSCO that we're on?
55.
55. Go to page 55. And we're answering questions 6 and 7 right now, and then we're going to move on to period 2.
Khalid, mute your mic. Your house is loud.
Fez, stop it.
My mic? Sorry. Fez, what's number 6? What do you think?
A.
Yeah. Fez, you nailed it. Why is it A?
Because Columbus was representing Spain, and Spain and Portugal kind of had like the same idea.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then Italy is like located in the Mediterranean, so it follows those ideals. So England was like the one that didn't follow those criteria.
Fantastic. I like your reasoning. All right, Jackson, what did you get for 7? I'm putting you on the hot spot. What do you think?
I thought 7 was C.
Why do you think it's C?
Because this excerpt was like against Columbus, while that would like be in favor of Columbus. C would.
Okay. And you're correct on that, but what are they using to get you to be against Columbus?
Well, I just read the title. It says the American Holocaust.
Yeah,
sounds
and
very
what kind
negative.
of language is that they're using if they're calling it the American Holocaust?
Negative language.
Yeah. It uses highly charged language. So you nailed the idea. The answer for 7 is D, though, because it uses her highly charged language. Okay?
Oh, okay.
But you pinpointed that. You nailed that. But that's what they're looking for, is it used highly charged language, like calling it the American Holocaust. Because the question is, which of the following is a reason historians are most likely to criticize the view of Columbus expressed in this excerpt? So what is the author saying as to why historians would criticize this view of Columbus? Okay?
Okay.
Okay. Awesome. All right. Because I want to show you how awesome this app is on Romulus, I'm going to do a quick fire. Josie, I'm coming after you so that you're not so bored. Okay. Here we go. We're going to go to Native Americans. Let's see what you can do. Josie, I'm going to start with you, but if anybody thinks they know the answer, answer it. The ancestral lands of the Iroquois Confederation are located in present day. Is it Maryland, Massachusetts, New York, or Virginia?
Oh gosh.
I want to say Virginia, but I don't know.
It is not Virginia.
Massachusetts.
I think it's
It is not Massachusetts.
It's Maryland.
It is not Maryland.
Well, that's
New
York.
a
New York.
question.
It's in the
New York.
eastern part. Okay, it
I'm
is
confused.
New York. Okay,
Upstate.
next question. I don't like this one. Well, we'll try it. We didn't really talk about it, but it's never bad to know more info. Which Native American tribe was best known for living in long houses? Cherokee, Iroquois, Pueblo, or Algonquin?
Algonquin.
Algonquin.
Nope.
Pueblo.
Cherokee.
Iroquois.
Nope. What are we saying? Iroquois? It is the Iroquois. Okay. Which tribe ruled a tribute-based empire based at Tenochtitlan? Remember we talked about that? Tenochtitlan at the
yeah.
time of European contact. Wow. Folks, this is going back 7 months ago. So which tribe ruled a tribute-based empire based at Tenochtitlan at the time of European contact? Is it the Cherokee, the Iroquois, the Pueblo, or the Aztec?
The
Aztec.
The Aztec.
Ding, ding, ding.
I
You
got
are correct.
What's
Okay.
that app
No
called?
way.
It
Good
is
job,
called
Alexis.
Romulus. I'm telling you, it is worth the $2.99 because it's so much fun. Whenever you're just hanging around waiting, I'll show you how what it looks like in a minute. Which of the tribal groups was often referred to as the Five Nations? Iroquois, Pueblo, Sioux, or Algonquin?
Sioux. It's definitely Sioux.
The Iroquois.
It's the Iroquois. The Five Nations is
got
what
it.
our Constitution is based on, is the Native American Iroquois. Which
What?
animal was hunted by Native American tribes living in the Great Plains?
Great
Is it
Buffalo.
the rabbit,
Buffalo.
the bison?
Buffalo.
The
Oh,
bison.
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 The
Bison.
bison.
Bison, correct.
Let
Okay.
her read
Hey,
all the
Skull Buffs.
options first.
Skull Buffs.
Jeez.
The three sisters of Native American agriculture included all of the following except corn, squash, wheat, or beans.
Wheat.
Beans.
Beans.
Wheat it is.
Oh
Wheat.
yeah.
Okay. Most agricultural labor in Native American societies was done by men, slaves, women, children.
Women.
Women.
Ding, ding, ding. It's women. Alexis, you're killing it.
I
All
know.
right. Which tribe, due to its location, found itself continually at war with the Iroquois? Pueblo, Sioux, Algonquin, Cherokee.
Algonquin.
Algonquin.
Yes. How did you guys know that? I'm impressed.
I don't,
Okay.
I don't even.
They're
know.
looking it up.
They're looking they don't have time to look it up. American Indians living in the blank region consumed a diet made up of mostly of fatty meats such as seal, Great Lakes, Great Plains, Southeast Arctic.
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 What's
What?
the
It is
question?
the Arctic. Good deductive reasoning. Okay. All of the following tribes were located on the North American continent except Algonquin, Inca, Iroquois, Aztec.
Inca.
Inca.
Nicely done. The Native American mound
Inca.
builders are often referred to as the what culture? Californian, Indianan, Mississippian, Ohioan.
Ohio.
Mississippian.
Mississippi.
Mississippi.
Ohio.
Mississippian.
Yeah.
In which region is it most common to see earth mounds that were constructed thousands of years ago? Northwest, Northeast, Southeast, Great Plains.
Southeast.
Northwest.
Northwest.
It is not Northwest.
Great
It
Southeast.
is Fez. It is Southeast.
Go.
Nice. Of the following tribes, which would have depended most on agriculture for subsistence? Eskimo, Inuit, Sioux, Cherokee.
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 Cherokee. True or false? Most Native Americans living in North America in the 15th century shared a common language and culture before European contact.
False.
False.
Correct. All right, we're going to take a break from that. Now we're going to go to the next chapter, chapter 2. Okay, now we are in period 2, peeps.
Oh boy.
Wait. Let's see. Period 1. Yep, let's go to chapter 2. Chapter 2 now is the 13 colonies and the British Empire.
Oh.
Yes. We're looking at 1607 to 1754. Boop, boop, boop. All right, here we go. Let us take a moment. What I would like you to do is please turn to page 40. Can somebody tell me what the PDF is for that?
78.
78, yeah.
78. Take a moment. Oh, guys, it's starting to sprinkle a little bit. I might have to take this indoors. Do you see the raindrop? Oh, I don't like that. Okay. Take a moment, go to page 78, look at questions 1 and 2. I'm going to quick check the weather while you're doing that and see if I need to move indoors. Otherwise, I might just go underneath my deck a little bit.
Miss Anderson, house tour? Are we getting a house tour?
I might give you a pool tour.
MTV Cribs Anderson.
Are you gonna flex on
MTV
us?
Cribs, baby, you know it. Oh, you can't really see. There's my pool shed, the gray over here.
Oh my god.
Pool. It's a
There's
huge
no water
pool
in
shed.
Is that
water.
where the pool party's
There's
gonna be
no
if we get a
diving
5?
board. I'm gonna
Yeah.
go downstairs. I'm gonna sell you one.
Yeah,
If
I'm
you
talking
get
to
5, here is what you could be getting. All right, I gotta move inside though because it's starting to sprinkle here. Okay.
Can we say it?
I have to
Never
tell Jim, who's watching Deadliest Catch, to keep it down.
That's a weird show.
It is a weird show. Ben and I were having a conversation about how Jim ridicules me for watching Real Housewives, and I ridicule him for watching Deadliest.
That's some quality TV, though.
Yeah, it is. Okay. All right, Jim, I'm coming inside because it's starting to rain, but I'm still doing this session, okay? I'm going to sit at the dining room table.
What's
Hi,
up,
Jim.
Hi, Jim.
All the lights off of the house.
He's really serious about that show. Wow.
Yeah, okay. So hang on. I'll be back in a sec.
Are you guys having fun?
Bez,
yes.
turn on your camera. I'm gonna hit you.
You gonna hit me?
Yes, I'm gonna hit you, Fez.
Oh,
Josie, where are you?
my setting doesn't allow for cameras.
Really?
I lost the
Here,
light
I'll
switch
just
in my
change it.
room.
Josie, are you at your mom's house?
Yeah, but I lost
Yeah,
the
we're
light.
as a class, we're all in this video call.
Do you have any pets?
No.
Oh.
You know me. I'm obsessive compulsive clean. I can't have pets.
I have
Hit me,
dogs.
Khalid. Khalid.
What?
You're supposed to hit me.
Okay.
What do you mean?
Listen, I know where you go to school. Okay, don't worry.
Whoa.
Guys, this is live television. Stop. We
You
are on
tell him,
YouTube.
Josie.
Oh.
Josie.
All right. Who
What?
hasn't responded yet? Shannon,
got
are you there?
No, Shannon
I know
hasn't
the
responded.
answer to the first one.
All right, Alexis, what is number 1?
I think it's the Puritans.
Yeah.
No, I think it's A.
No,
not.
the act
A.
of toleration is like for Christian people. It was like
Well, they're Christians. Okay.
the Roman
A.
Catholics.
Roman Catholics. So what's the answer then if it's Roman Catholics?
D.
D.
D. D is correct. Well done. Okay, number 2. Khalid, what do you think number 2 is?
Oh.
Who
Hi,
just
Shannon.
left?
Shannon.
Shannon's done.
Oh, she's out.
Khalid, answer the question.
Is he there?
I took my thing out. Hello?
You can talk to others. I was hoping that you did that while I was relocating.
Oh,
Anybody? What's number 2?
C.
D.
D.
It's C.
C.
Why is it C?
Because like that's the point of the thing. Like it's to protect
What?
the act of toleration or whatever it's called
can
was
tell
to
it's-
like the Maryland. Yeah, it was for like protecting Christian people who wanted to believe in Jesus.
B.
The answer for number 2 is C.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just read the
dogs.
bottom. I just
Okay,
read the
and
bottom.
here's what I want you to write down. If you got that wrong, You can find the answer on page 27. So page
Which
20,
page are we in? Gramsco PDF.
what is that in the PDF?
PDF it's 79 or 78.
79 in the PDF, 27 for the page number.
Thank
So
you.
number 1 and number 2 are
It's not 79 in the PDF.
It's 78, but I'm like for the next one we're doing.
No, she's talking about page 27.
in the text.
Oh,
It'd
I have
be
no idea.
65.
Glid.
All right.
Yeah.
What is the picture of?
What picture of mine?
Yeah, the picture that you have. It looks
I like Iron Man.
That's Khalid.
I used to
What?
play this one video game in like 7th grade, and then they shut it down. I was really sad.
Stop
It's
lying.
like a-
That's a selfie of you.
Stop it, Fez. Stop. You're not supposed to tell
all
them
right.
the truth.
So Jackson, this is the app. It's called U.S. History Romulus. It's $2.99. I'm gonna go down to period 2. Okay. European colonization. Which colonists generally had the most friendly relationships with the Indians? Dutch,
French.
English, French, or
French.
French for sure. Well done. From which colony was Anne Hutchinson exiled because of her religious beliefs?
Massachusetts.
Massachusetts.
Massachusetts is correct. I didn't even have to read.
Alexa, stop copying me.
The first permanent settlement in the present-day
I accepted.
United States was founded by the French, Dutch, Spanish, or English.
Can you say that again?
Spanish.
Repeat it.
First permanent settlement in the present-day continental United States was founded by the French, Dutch, Spanish, English.
Dutch.
Jackson was right. It's Spanish.
Dang it.
Columbus's voyage was financed by what crown? French, Spanish, Russian, English.
English.
Spanish.
Spanish.
Ooh, if we got that one wrong, we got to go back to the drawing board. Of the colonial powers, which sent the most colonists to the New World? Dutch, English, French, Spanish.
English.
Isn't it the Spanish?
It's the English. Well done.
Are we on?
The House of, this is now where we're getting into it, folks, okay? So if you don't know the next couple of questions, you really need to go into period 2. The House of Burgesses, the first assembly, in fact, right now in your notes, you should, if you're going through your notes and we're in period 2, remember people, I am expecting you to go back into Google Classroom, okay? And period 1, you should know this. I talked to Mr. Herring today. I'm trying to figure out how I can do Clear All and Albert I.O. I'm hoping I think I'll have the answer for you tomorrow after school. But you should be going into, I don't know why I don't have anything for period 2, but you should be going into period 3 and period 2 and period 1 to reviewing. Here are the resources, period 1, period 3. Period 2, you're probably going to have to find on the daily agenda. I bet I have a ton of hyperlinks on the daily agenda, which again is here, okay? Go into the calendar, go back to the beginning, look at what we did every single day. You tracking with me?
yeah.
Okay, all right. Next question. Whoop. Couple more and then we'll call it a night and you'll know what you need to study for tomorrow's session. The House of Burgesses, the first assembly of elected representatives in North America, served as the colonial legislature in Pennsylvania, Virginia, Massachusetts, or Maryland.
Virginia.
I love the confidence in that. Virginia is correct. Which of the following colonies had the most generous policy of religious toleration? Massachusetts, Georgia, Pennsylvania, North Carolina.
Pennsylvania.
Pennsylvania is correct. Which colony's economy was primarily devoted to the production of tobacco? Come on, give it to me, people. Virginia, Pennsylvania, Georgia, or New Jersey?
Virginia.
Yes, Virginia. Way to go. King Philip's War was a conflict between Indians and colonists in Georgia, New England, New York, Maryland.
Georgia, New England,
Ooh, this might be something that you want to write down. King Philip's War was a conflict between colonists and Indians in Georgia, New England, New York, Maryland.
New England.
New York?
New England is correct.
Okay.
Which European colonists' economic pursuits were most dependent on the fur trade? Dutch and English, English and Spanish, French and Dutch, Spanish and French?
French and Dutch.
French and
French
Dutch.
and Dutch. Nice.
French.
The Dutch established New Netherland in modern day Maryland, New York, Georgia, Massachusetts.
New
New
York.
York.
New York.
That is correct. Nice. Which of these colonies was founded as a haven or safe place for Catholics? Delaware, Pennsylvania, Maryland, Georgia.
Delaware.
Yeah, I think it's Delaware.
Nope.
Pennsylvania.
Nope.
Maryland.
Georgia.
Maryland.
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 Oh,
Okay, write that down if you got it wrong. Which of the following systems of belief is most closely associated with the Enlightenment? You have to know what the Enlightenment is, people. Okay? Which of the following systems of beliefs is most closely associated with the Enlightenment? Quakers, Puritans, Baptists, Deists.
Puritans.
Puritans.
Yeah.
Nope.
Quakers.
Quakers.
Quakers then.
Nope.
What was the last one?
Deists.
What is
Deists?
that?
Deists.
Never
What
heard
is
of
that?
Never heard of that.
Brothers, everybody right now, look up deists.
How do you
Okay.
spell that?
Diests.
D.
Right here.
Whoa.
This is
What?
not.
This is a little culty.
Huh?
What?
Wait, what?
They are non-Christian theists. Human beings can know God only via reason. It has to do with reason and rationale. One of the most famous deists is Benjamin Franklin. Okay?
Whoa.
And that's part of the Enlightenment. We're not just basing our beliefs on religion. We're looking at reason and rationale.
Was that
Okay?
an AMSCO?
It should be. What I would do is if you go on the index, everybody right now, if you go to the back of AMSCO to the index and you look up deists, D-E-I-S-T-S, they might not have it in AMSCO. They might in Brinkley, though. That's a good term to know, though. It has to do with reason and rationale, and that's during the period of the Enlightenment. We're looking at science and modern science, okay? Which of the following individuals was known for his harsh criticism of the Spanish colonial administration? We read some primary sources on this. Was this?
Bartolome de las Casas.
Oh,
Yes, Jackson.
nailed it,
Yes,
Jackson.
Jackson.
Nice job. Where was the failed lost colony founded by Sir Walter Raleigh in 1580?
Roanoke.
Nice, Roanoke. Which region among the 13 colonies was least dependent on agriculture? Southern, Chesapeake, New England, Middle.
New England.
New England.
New England.
And what were they dependent on?
Trade.
Yeah, trade, business, fishing. Okay. English efforts at establishing a colony in the late 16th century were made difficult by a war with France, Russia, the Netherlands, Spain.
France.
Spain.
Russia.
Spain it is.
Yes, sir.
Alexis.
Yeah, Bez is killing it. In 1650, most of the agricultural labor in the southern colonies was done by indentured servants, African slaves, Indian laborers, Chinese immigrants. In
Indentured servant.
Indentured
Indentured
servants.
servants.
1650, indentured servants. Okay. Quick repeat from that. We're going to do one more AMSCO, and then I'll go back to the next period. Tomorrow, I'm going to go a little bit harder into periods 1 and 2, what you need to know. I'm not going to focus that much in period 1 because it's like only 5% of what you're going to be tested on. But 2 and 3, we need to spend more time on. Let's go to period 3, which is 1754 to 1800. Now we're talking revolution, okay? The American Revolution. We're going to spend a lot of time after school tomorrow going over this too. But let's go to AMSCO. Go to, I want to go to questions 7 and 8. In the text, it's on page 81. Who can tell me what that is in the PDF?
81.
97.
97? Okay.
Wait, we're going to period 3?
Period 3. In AMSCO, it's page 81.
119. No, it's 119.
Oh, okay. It's chapter. Let me
Wait,
see.
what's the first question?
Oh, this was...
It's chapter
Which of the
4.
fol-
It's the unhappy disputes between Great Britain. That's the stimulus. And it says,
Yeah.
which of the following actions by the colonists is most similar to the one recommended in the excerpt above? Can you all find that?
It's
Yeah.
119.
It's
It's what
119.
page? What page is it?
119.
119.
119. Okay, take a moment. 119. See if you can figure out 7 and 8. We're in period 3 right now. Imperial wars and colonial protests. Last 2 AMSCO questions of the night. Thirty seconds. All right, what do we got? Talk amongst yourselves.
I think 7 is C.
You all
Really?
think 7 is C?
I thought it was B.
I think
Yeah, I thought it
it's
was B too.
B.
Okay. The answer is B. Okay. The answer is the Boston Tea Party.
Yeah.
Okay. So what I would do is, if you didn't get that right, reread pages 73 to 75 in the text. Okay.
B. Okay.
What's number 8?
A.
A?
Yeah.
A is correct. A is correct. If you did not get that right, read pages 76 through 77 in the text. Okay. What about the stimulus or the reading might have tripped you up? Were there any words that were challenging to you?
I just got tripped up by the instructions to the Virginia delegates.
Same.
Okay. What about that did you get tripped up by? Was it just knowing what it was, or?
Well, I thought the committees of correspondence were like people who sent messages to other groups to increase like propaganda.
Okay,
against
what I
Britain.
would do is, what you're looking at is, it's instructions to the Virginia delegates to the First Continental Congress.
Yeah.
So if you know what the First Continental Congress is, then that's going to help you answer those 2 questions. So if you were off a little bit, what that just says is, hey, quick brush up on your knowledge of the First Continental Congress. Okay?
Okay.
Do you all have a place where you took notes, where when I'm telling you this, you can say, yes, this is where I can go in my notebook to look at, or this is where I can go, where I have my information organized?
Yeah.
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 I'm hoping that it's 100% yes is the answer. Okay. And then what I would do tonight is I'm going to go through one more quick Romulus thing. It's going to take like 7-ish minutes. And then what I would do is go through your notes, skim through your notes of periods 1, 2, and 3. And if you can make it tomorrow after school, come with any questions that you have. Okay. And then we're going to do like Quizbo style, super fun. I'll even bring treats like Quizbo style, multiple choice. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
How long should we stay after tomorrow, do you think?
I don't know. I like tonight I wanted to do 30 minutes. It's going a little bit over, but maybe 20 to 30. If you need to leave whenever you need to leave, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Does that sound okay?
Yeah.
Okay, so now we're in the American Revolution. Here we go. Last little challenge for the next 7 minutes. Are we okay with that? 7 more minutes? Okay,
Yeah.
here we go. Where did the last major land battle of the American Revolutionary War occur? Bunker Hill, Camden, Saratoga, Yorktown.
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 Yeah, I think it's Yorktown.
Yorktown is correct. In which colony did the first battles of the American Revolution take place? Pennsylvania, Connecticut, Massachusetts, New York.
Pennsylvania.
Pennsylvania.
Nope.
I think
New
it was
York?
New York.
Nope.
Massachusetts.
Massachusetts. So you need to look at that, okay? Who was the principal author of the Declaration of Independence? Thomas Jefferson, Robert Livingston.
Thomas
Jefferson. Okay. The British, this is true or false? The British soldiers involved in the Boston Massacre received a fair trial in a Boston court.
False.
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 That's absolutely true because John Adams represented them.
What?
Yeah. You need to go back and review. Everybody write down right now, review the Boston Massacre. And here's the other thing. You should, if you have, how many of you have subscriptions to HBO or HBO Go?
I do.
Or Netflix?
I do.
Or
for
Prime?
Game
Yeah,
of Thrones.
Or YouTube. You can go on YouTube and look for the John Adams version miniseries that was on HBO with Paul Giamatti. If you go into the first 2 episodes, it shows the Boston Massacre and him representing those individuals, those soldiers, as a part of it. And I'm telling you, that's really going to help you remember time and place of that event, okay? And the whole kind of American Revolutionary War. You have time to watch that.
Okay.
All right. Colonists responded negatively to 2 blank acts that require the colonies to provide housing for British soldiers. Is it the Boarding Acts, the Barracks Acts, the Quartering Acts, or the Accommodations Acts?
The quartering acts.
No, it's the quartering.
Ordering.
I am
That's what I
telling you
said.
right now, you probably don't remember this, but you have got to go back into your notes and remember Intolerable, Stamp Acts, Quartering Acts, Sugar Acts, Paper Acts, all of these acts that really got the colonists angry because it all had to do with that taxation without representation. Okay?
Yeah.
Because they will ask a plethora of questions about those acts, or they will ask an LEQ about it if it's the American Revolutionary War. And the more you can add into how these acts created a revolution, the better it will be for you on the exam. Okay?
Okay.
Make sure that you know that. Okay. Colonists who supported the British were referred to as all of the following except Royalists, Whigs, Tories, Loyalists.
Whigs.
Good. Whigs was a political party that happened much later. Well done. In what year did Parliament begin passing the Townshend Acts? 1774, 1767, 1763, 1770.
63.
67.
67.
Let's
Okay.
go.
63 isn't a bad guess because that's getting you a little bit into time and place. But this just has to do with, the sequence of events that led to, we just want to go back to the way things were, or now we want to have a revolution, okay? The Declaration of Independence reflected all of the following philosophical movements except absolutism, liberalism, republicanism, the Enlightenment.
Wait, what?
What was the first thing?
Yeah.
Absolutism.
What's that?
What's that?
Well, if we don't know what it is, that's probably the answer, especially if it says except, right? Okay.
Yeah.
The first armed skirmish. What's a skirmish?
A fight.
Fight.
You might call it as Nuck the Buck.
What?
What?
People,
Nuck
it's a
the
term I learned yesterday. It's
I don't
about
get it.
Okay. I don't know. It's from the latest hip hop song. I don't
What did
know.
you say?
Oh,
What did you say?
Nuck the Buck.
what song was that from?
Yeah.
I'm gonna thank you, Fez, for asking. It is from. Wait for it.
Gonna take my horse to no
Crime
time.
Mob. Nuck if you buck.
Wait, what?
Little scrappy.
Well,
What?
nice.
Is that?
Yeah. You just heard that from some middle-aged woman. Okay.
Is it this one?
Jackson, no. It's definitely not this one.
Careful, you'll get copyrighted.
Let me hear it. Wait.
Alexa,
It's not a good song.
they're gonna get copyrighted.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, this is YouTube. Shoot.
They're fine.
Nice one.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, it is
playing
that
that?
song.
This is a banger.
Okay.
That's kind of old, Miss
All right.
Anderson.
Well, you didn't know what it was.
Because it's old.
Well, oh,
I
all right,
do
whatever.
know what it is.
Okay, back to our task at hand. The first armed skirmish between British troops and American colonists occurred at Saratoga, Bunker Hill, Lexington, Princeton.
Lexington.
Lexington.
Lexington is correct. Lexington and Concord. Which of the following acts of Parliament drew criticism from colonists because of the internal nature of the tax? Port Act, Stamp Act, Sugar Act, Townsend Act.
Stamp.
Stamp. See how important
yeah.
that
Good
is?
job, Alexa.
We're going to have a mess of these acts questions that if you know it, it's just going to help you know. Okay? No time and place. Help you with the writing to use content in any type of writing piece. The Sugar Act blanked the tax on foreign sugar and blanked the enforcement of tax collections in the colonies. Did the Sugar Act raise the tax on foreign sugar and decrease the enforcement of tax collections in the colonies? Did the Sugar Act lower the tax on foreign sugar and increase the enforcement of tax collections in the colonies? Did the Sugar Act raise the tax on foreign sugar and increase the enforcement of tax collections, or did it lower and decrease?
I think it's
What?
the
So you have to
third
think
one.
about the Sugar Act. What did that do? Did it
think it's-
raise or lower foreign sugar? And did it increase or decrease the enforcement of tax collections in the colonies?
It
What
increased
would hurt the colonists the most if
taxation.
Increasing.
if what's going to help you with competition? If you raise foreign sugar or lower foreign sugar taxes?
It's gonna help competition.
If you lower the sugar on foreign, it's going to help foreign sugar come in, right?
Yeah.
It's gonna get rid of. It's going to hurt sugar made in the U.S. So what they're doing is they're lowering foreign sugar
And
but
raising
they're
our tax.
increasing the amount of taxes that you have to pay on goods at home. So that's why they're not happy with the Sugar Act, right?
Yeah.
The Second Continental Congress convened in the month following the Battle of Saratoga, Battle of Lexington, Coercive Acts, or the Boston Tea Party.
Wait, can you repeat the options?
Yep. The Second Continental Congress convened in the month following the Battle of Saratoga, Battle of Lexington, Coercive Acts, or Boston Tea Party.
Saratoga.
Nope.
Then it's the coercive acts.
It's the Battle of Lexington.
Oh.
Go back and look at that. Immediately after the French and Indian War, British rule in the Great Lakes region was challenged by what rebellion? Pontiac, Cadillac, Tecumseh, Bacon.
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 Nope.
Wait, Tecumseh.
Nope.
No.
The other one.
Pontiac, which means
Good job, Alexa.
you gotta know when Bacon's Rebellion happens. It's too soon for Bacon Rebellion to happen, okay? At whom were the numerous, because Bacon's rebellion is going to happen during Washington's presidency. At whom were the numerous grievances in the Declaration of Independence aimed? King George III, the Parliament, Lord North, General Gage.
King. Oh no! Wait, never mind.
Parliament.
Yes, King George III.
What?
Following the American Revolution, Virginia passed a law written by Thomas Jefferson guaranteeing what to all of the state citizens? Republican government, religious freedom, freedom of the press. I'm not even giving you the last one because it's not.
Religious freedom.
Press.
Religious freedom is correct.
Oh yeah.
The Stamp Act created a tax on legal documents, income, imported goods, postage.
Documents.
Postage.
Legal documents.
What?
Yep.
Let's
Yep.
go,
Okay.
boy.
Notary public stamp on all
Yeah.
legal documents. Okay.
Isn't
Which-
postage a legal document?
What?
It's a part of
Isn't-
postage is a government issued tax on mailing an item, but legal documents would be like a passport. Legal document would be you have to have something notarized.
Okay.
Prenup. Which founding father served as defense attorney for the British troops involved in the Boston Massacre? John Hancock, Thomas Jefferson, John Adams, Sam Adams.
Sam
Sam
Adams.
Adams.
Which
John Adams.
John Adams is right. Remember, we just talked about how John Adams represented them and they got fair
yeah.
treatment in the Boston Massacre. You need to know that, okay? After Saratoga, the British focused their efforts at recruiting loyalists in. If you know where the Battle of Saratoga is, then you can figure out this question. After Saratoga, the British focused their efforts at recruiting loyalists in New England, the Deep South, the Chesapeake, the Middle Colonies.
New England.
Nope.
Middle
Chesapeake.
colonies.
Nope.
New
The
York.
South?
The Deep South. Okay?
Wait, really?
Where's Saratoga?
I thought Saratoga's in New York.
Yep, but go back and look at the Battle of Saratoga.
Yeah, I thought Saratoga was in New York as well.
Yep. It is.
That's where my
Oh.
sister goes to school.
Yep. So if you got that wrong, go back and look at the Battle of Saratoga. The First Continental Congress met in response to the Boston Massacre, Battle of Lexington, Stamp Act, Intolerable Acts.
Boston
Boston
Massacre.
Boston Massacre.
Nope.
Stamp Act.
Nope.
Intolerable Act.
Tolerable.
Yes. Okay. So we're going to stop here for tonight, folks. Here's what I need you to do. I need you to review periods 1 through 3. And when I mean 1 through 3, what I really mean is periods 2 and periods 3. Okay?
Okay.
So you need to really look at European colonization, the Columbian Exchange. Make sure that you understand that, the Columbian Exchange. Okay? Spanish colonization, English colonization. And then you need to get into the years prior to and through the American Revolutionary War. Okay? So in AMSCO, what we're looking at here is a quick review from chapters 1 through 6. But you know what? 1, I would just skim through. And what I would really focus on is chapters 2 through 6. And
Are you doing this tonight?
okay, so what I'm going to say is prior to next week,
Okay.
when we meet again, your whole focus this week, remember I'm saying you should do an hour every night of AP studying, if you can. And a lot of it could be if you downloaded this app. Like, go through that and figure out what don't you know. Go back into AMSCO. All you're focused on this week is periods 1 through 3. In
Okay.
period 1, they only give you, it's only 5% of the test. So really focus on periods 2 and 3 this week. Today is Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Tomorrow I'm going to do another session with you where you can figure out where are your holes. So then Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Bam, bam, bam. You know where you need to study, review, and concentrate, okay?
Okay.
For those of you that came in a little bit late, couple of places that you can go. I showed you Google Classroom. The other great place, I didn't create a place in my class because Swenson, if you go to Moodle and you type in APUS history, it's going to show up Swenson and Schulze. Just go to Swenson, and here on the right-hand side are all of these review sites, okay? So this can help you review. You with me?
Yeah.
Okay. How did this go? Was this worth your while?
Yes.
Yeah.
Several people left, so I thought maybe it wasn't worth your while, but
No, it was good.
okay, good. We'll cinch it up tomorrow in my classroom was 116. Come right after school. I'll have snacks and we'll do more. Okay?
Okay.
All right.
Good. Good night. See you.
Good night.
Bye.
Bye.